Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I think there's a lot of vitriolic speaking going on tonight, and it's interesting because being the previous leader, I think most of you know my stance towards Essex Council. I didn't take kindly to the things they done, and one of them was to shut Dean's School, which wasn't even in Basildon Borough. When I was deputy leader, I led the campaign for Basildon along with Councillor Hodge, who wasn't a councillor at the time. We overturned that decision, and not only did we overturn it, I hear that they're now talking about expanding it. Now, that wasn't just about sticking two fingers up to Essex County. That was about engagement, and sometimes robust, and on my part, even brutal engagement. The fact is, you can put a motion like Councillor Davis's down for all good intentions, and you can turn your back on council, and you can snub them, and you can do all of those grandiose things that you want to do, but it doesn't get us where we want to be. And what we're talking about here, I think we're all in agreement, perhaps violent agreement, that we want to keep those two libraries open. I don't love books, I've got to be honest, but I do see the importance. I think the reason I don't love them is because I didn't have a library near me. My library was about 2 miles up the road, would you believe, at Fryerns. So what I did when my kids were young, I walked them up to the library in Billericay, and like this other person you saw, Mr. Mayor, we sat in the library and we read books on a Saturday morning. And would you believe, my kids love books. And I think it's not just about the reasons we've spoken about tonight. It's about being civilised, about all sorts of things in terms of education, about entitlement, about social mobility. It's about civilisation. And when I was asked my views by the Echo, I didn't hold back. I immediately said, I think this was a wrong decision. I understand why County are doing it, and I don't blame County for looking at the pennies, as it were. But I have to ask, like any service, when a service is running down and dying on its feet, why did we let it get there? Obviously, it wasn't valued. It wasn't valued by County, and it probably wasn't valued by the community. But whose fault is that? Did we advertise it? Did we encourage engagement? Did we bring people into the libraries? All of those questions exist. So if we're all in violent agreement, I can't see why you wouldn't support a motion about engagement with County. And to be honest, this is what County will fear most. If you just snub them and you just want to be belligerent to them, they're politicians like we are. And if you want to snub me and be belligerent to me, I'm more than happy for that, because I know how to react to that one. What isn't so easy is when you take them on and you engage and you discuss and you look for alternatives. Now, I'm not absolutely wedded to the buildings. All I want is the service to be maintained and preserved for the community. So why wouldn't you want to do that? Why wouldn't you want to sit round, not just Conservative members, but members of the opposition, sit round the table with Sue Barker and David Finch? And I have to say, I think you've been far too hard on my leader, who I know is doing fantastic work, and I take my hat off to him for all of the discussions that he's having with County. You paint him to be the villain, when actually he's a bit of a hero. So we should engage with County, and you can stand up and you can grandstand and you can be vitriolic. It will get you and the community absolutely nowhere. And the community are beginning to see through all this. They don't like the bickering that goes on. They don't like all this argument that we have from members on the opposition. They don't like it. What they would like us to do is to work together. But at the moment we've got a position where the opposition only want to make a political point and throw it back at County about lights, about roads, about libraries. Actually, if we engage with County, we've got more chance of holding them accountable and keeping the libraries open than doing what the opposition want to do, and that is absolutely nothing. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Councillor Hillier to wind up.